If you go to the beach this weekend, you are going to pack a plastic bottle of SPF 50 sunscreen. You'll rub it on your arms, your face, and your shoulders, and you won't think twice about it. But for 99.9% of human history, that chemical shield didn't exist. If you were dropped into the prehistoric African savanna tomorrow, completely naked, the apex predators wouldn't be your only problem. The sun itself would be a deadly laser. Severe sunburn doesn't just hurt. It causes blistering, massive dehydration, and deadly infections. In a prehistoric world without hospitals or aloe vera, a third-degree sunburn was a death sentence. So, how did a hairless, bare-skinned primate survive under the most brutal sun on the planet without literally roasting to death? Let's start with the problem, because the problem is your body. Look at a chimpanzee, a lion, or a wolf. Every other mammal on the African savanna has a built-in biological defense against the sun, fur. Fur creates a dense barrier that stops UV radiation from ever touching the skin. But humans made a bizarre evolutionary trade. Millions of years ago, we lost our fur. Why? Because we needed to become the most terrifying pursuit predators on Earth. Without fur, our bodies could be covered in millions of sweat glands, turning us into walking air conditioners. Like, we could literally jog an animal to death under the midday sun while it collapsed from heat stroke. But evolution always demands a price. We got the ability to sweat, but the price was exposing our fragile, bare skin directly to lethal UV radiation. To survive this, the human body had to invent its own internal sunscreen. Beneath the surface of your skin, you have specialized cells called melanocytes. Under the brutal African sun, our ancestors' bodies began pumping out massive amounts of a dark pigment called melanin. This wasn't just about changing skin color. Melanin is a chemical superpower. It acts as a microscopic umbrella over your DNA. When lethal UV radiation hits the skin, melanin physically absorbs the radiation and turns it into harmless heat before it can mutate the cells. Anthropologists estimate that the dark skin of early humans provided a natural permanent SPF of around 15 to 50. Their skin was an impenetrable biological shield. But even with a biological shield, the prehistoric sun was relentless. What did they do when it was simply too hot? They used the earth. Ancient humans didn't have chemical lotions, but they discovered a miraculous natural substance, red ochre. Red ochre is a clay-like dirt rich in iron oxide. Today, we mostly know it as the red paint they used to draw animals on cave walls, but anthropologists now realize it was actually the world's first cosmetic survival tool. Early humans would grind this red rock, mix it with animal fat or bone marrow, and slather it all over their bodies. This thick red paste acted as a physical barrier that blocked UV rays, repelled disease-carrying mosquitoes, and trapped moisture in the skin to prevent dehydration. In fact, the Himba people of Namibia still use this exact red ochre paste today, surviving in harsh deserts with flawless sun-protected skin. So if our ancestors had perfect biological sunscreen and red earth armor, why do so many modern humans burn so easily today? Because the human species migrated and our greatest defense became a liability. When groups of humans left Africa and migrated into the cold, dark, cloudy regions of Northern Europe and Asia, the sun was incredibly weak. But the human body needs a tiny bit of UV radiation to penetrate the skin so it can manufacture vitamin D, which builds strong bones. In these dark climates, the heavy melanin shield worked too well. It blocked out the weak sunlight entirely. Without vitamin D, children's bones became soft and bent, a deadly disease called rickets. To survive the dark, evolution had to rip the shield away. It mutated the skin to become pale and almost translucent, acting like a giant solar panel desperate to catch any drop of sunlight it could. It is the ultimate evolutionary irony. We lost our fur to run fast. We gained dark skin to block the sun. Then, some of us lost the dark skin to survive the cold. And now, thousands of years later, pale-skinned humans sit on sunny beaches rubbing artificial chemicals onto their bare skin, desperately trying to replace the fur and the melanin their ancestors traded away. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe and let me know below, what weird human trait should we explore next?